Hey, what is happening, guys? Rules for Rebels here. So today's video is going to be kind of an interesting one. We're going to touch on a lot of things, and this is going to be kind of a little bit of a different video for me. So first things first, we're going to be talking about how my YouTube views are up and the trolls and haters on my channel are up as well. I would say YouTube views are up about 70%, troll comments and hater comments up about 7,000%. So I'm going to touch on why that's happening and just comment on that a little bit. You may have been hearing that a lot of big YouTubers are losing out on a lot of views and things like that, and making rant videos and complaining. I'm going to be telling you guys about why that's happening. I'm going to touch on a recent rant that Becker did that I think really ties into this. And then I'm also going to be going on a little bit of a rant on my own as well. So let's get right into it, guys. So first of all, I've noticed my views and my traffic on my YouTube channel is up about 70% in the past month or so. I've also noticed that the troll comments and the haters and those types of comments are up about 7,000%. And one other thing I've noticed is a lot of people who are commenting on my video are dropping comments like, why the hell am I being shown in this video? So apparently people who normally don't watch my type of videos or entrepreneurship videos or make money online, whatever you want to call these type of videos, are being shown my video. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that's happening. So a lot of these big YouTubers, PewDiePie and Philip DeFranco, and a lot of these guys are complaining that they're losing a lot of views and subscribers and things like that. I personally, I'm not, I got 30,000 subscribers, which is probably more than the average person, but I'm still a very, very small YouTuber, right? But I've noticed my channel picking up a lot. So why is this happening? Well, YouTube hasn't really changed the algorithm, but people's home pages are different. The suggested videos are getting a lot different, and it seems like a lot of people are being shown a lot of videos that are outside of what they normally look at. So one of the big reasons why this is happening, no, it's not that YouTube's favoring engagement. No, it's not that YouTube's changing what videos they show and why and things like that. Really what it is I do a really good job of coming up with good titles, not clickbait titles, but just relevant titles with keywords, good descriptions. I don't just write one line like, hey, watch my video. I basically have a mini blog post in my description, and I also use the tags. And one other just kind of little SEO trick I do, if I'm going to be posting a video about drop shipping, the actual video that I make, I'm going to title the file drop shipping, because that's also going to help with the YouTube SEO, right? Now, if you look at a lot of these big YouTubers out there, you're going to see that like they don't fill out their tags. They don't title the file that they're uploading anything relevant to the video. And their descriptions are either normally poorly written, or it's just a bunch of like outgoing links like, hey, check out my beats on this website and check out this on this website and follow me on Snapchat and follow me on this and follow me on that. And their whole thing is just a bunch of like smiley faces and outgoing links. YouTube doesn't really like outgoing links. Their goal is to keep people on the platform. So you don't want to have like an excessive amount of outgoing links from every one of your videos, or it's going to kind of penalize you in search. So I think a lot of these big YouTubers, they have such a big subscriber base, and historically YouTube has sent so many views their way that they've kind of gotten a little bit spoiled and stopped kind of filling out like the metadata on the back end when they upload their YouTube video. And YouTube seems to be putting a lot more of an emphasis on that. So those of you who are putting a lot of data, putting, thoughtful titles up, putting real descriptions up, using tags, you're going to notice that you're going to get a lot more views and a lot more relevant views because YouTube's putting a lot more of a focus on that, right? So with this increase in views that I'm getting, and with this increase in traffic that I'm getting a lot of new people into my videos. So one thing I just wanted to say briefly is those of you guys who watch my videos on a regular basis, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys subscribing. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys commenting and interacting with me. And one thing I've noticed is a lot of you guys are helping each other out. So if somebody posts a question in the comment section, somebody else is chiming in and trying to help answer that question. And that's really what I want to do. I want to kind of create a community here of people who are trying to make money online and better themselves and learn more and stuff like that. Now, one thing I hear from a lot of people who are like considering starting YouTube, they're like, I'm really afraid to put myself out there. Like YouTube comments are like the lowest depth of humanity. There's a lot of like hate and a lot of like terrible stuff being said. And I don't want everybody like talking shit to me, right? And that's something that, I know it happens. I see it in comment sections, but I've never really understood it because on my channel, I do get haters and I do get, some troll comments and stuff like that. For the most part, like everybody is really nice and really supportive, and I feel like we have a nice little community here. More recently, however, as I've been getting a lot more traffic and a lot more new people coming in and a lot of people who don't really watch this type of video, I'm getting a lot of hate, a lot of troll comments, and a lot of that type of stuff. And I was considering making a video about it, and I was like, it's not even worth my time. And then I saw a video that Becker posted yesterday.
So I have a bit of a rant today.
Okay, and in Becker's rant, he goes on to say,
Very good chance you have this mindset, and if you do not change this, you will never make any fucking money ever, and your life is gonna suck, and this is why.
okay, so Becker's going to talk about giving way too much shits about other people syndrome, which is basically just people arguing tooth and nail about the most minuscule details and not focusing or taking anything away from the real message behind what somebody's trying to teach you.
See, what I like to call giving way too much shit about other people syndrome. Other people syndrome, okay? What people have, what people don't have. So go look at any success channel, okay?
Now, Becker's message, he's kind of talking about people like, oh, Alex Becker doesn't really have a Ferrari, or oh, Alex Becker doesn't really have a house in the Cayman Islands. One thing I notice on my videos, it's not necessarily that so much, but just stupid little details. Like somebody on I've made a couple videos where I show you guys like Alibaba products you can buy for 20 or 40 cents and turn around and sell for 10 or $15. And a lot of times I make my videos on the fly, so I'm pulling up data like on the spot. And occasionally I'll miss something, like somebody's selling a 3-pack of paracord bracelets for $15 as opposed to selling a single paracord bracelet for $15. In reality, you're paying 20 cents for these bracelets. So if I buy it for 20 cents and sell it for $15, or if I have to give somebody a 3-pack, which cost me 60 cents and I have to sell it for $15, that is still a hell of a margin. So why somebody's sitting there getting hung up and like pinching nickels and whining about, oh my gosh, that's 3 bracelets, not 1 bracelet. The difference is 20 cents or 60 cents, and you're selling it for $15. It's huge margins. Don't get hung up on that extra 40 cents. It's just not worth whining about.
But I'm sure it's just like this as well. You're gonna see people fighting tooth and nail, focusing so heavily on whether these people or myself have what we're talking about, whether we're scammers or not, whether our businesses are actually successful, whether my PayPal account that I showed you is actually full of money. And
okay, guys, so the Becker kind of goes on to say that, like, you really shouldn't give a shit if the people you're watching, you're taking advice from or learning from, really have the cars and whatever that they say they have or whether they don't. You really shouldn't care if their businesses are successful or aren't successful. Really what you should take away is a message. And just to play devil's advocate, I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say it, to some extent, it matters a little bit, only because, if somebody's, working at a minimum wage job living in their mom's basement, do you really want to take advice from them on how to make money online? Or do you really want to spend your time listening to what they have to say if they're really not doing the stuff that they say they are? So for that reason alone, I'm just going to show a couple brief screenshots of some bank accounts, as well as some Shopify stats from just one of my Shopify stores. I have a couple Shopify stores. But as you can see here, 139,000. These are credits here, so we're up to 140. We're up to 166. We had a payment come in at 26,000. We had 40,000 go out to order inventory, which brings us down to 126. Small stuff going out, some more inventory, 119. Some credits from merchant processors, 1,100, 1,300. A big chunk income come in for 43,000, which brings us up to 165. Had to wire out some money for some more inventory, brings us down to 125. But you can see here some money shuffling around. I am making money. Here's another bank account shot right here. Let you take a quick look. And I think this last one is going to be some PayPal stats. I'm sorry, not PayPal, Shopify stats. 11,600 from 34 orders in the past 7 days. Today, 2 orders for $591. Yesterday, 2 orders for $1298. Last 30 days did $48,500 over 137 transactions. Last 90 days did $96,200 over 345 transactions. And like I said, this is just, one bank account, one Shopify store out of a couple different ones. And I don't post this to brag or anything like that. I really just kind of wanted to shut up a lot of the haters and stuff like that. And a lot of people are like, oh, sure, yeah, 200, sure, $200,000 in sales a month, more like $200. Like, really, that's the only reason that I'm posting this, is just to kind of shut some people up.
Here's the big fucking problem with that, okay? You see people like literally fighting, like they give a major shit. That's all they care about. Like this is stuff they're thinking about before they go to sleep at night, okay? Businesses, if everything Ty Lopez said, if Kino Body lied about how he got fit, if you go to any success channel out there, if they lied about the whole entire thing, it doesn't matter. Back to you. It doesn't. I could have lied this entire time. I could have just been in my mom's basement saying I own all these multi-million-dollar businesses. It doesn't matter. It does not matter, okay?
Okay, guys, so let's kind of wrap up this video. So we kind of touched on why a lot of the big YouTubers are losing views. I kind of touched on why I feel like my channel is picking up a lot of views and in turn kind of picking up a lot of haters and trolls and things like that. And we kind of talked about Alex Becker's point and kind of his rant about how people are like ignoring the good information and good content coming out of videos and like focusing on those like minuscule details like, oh my gosh, he said I could sell one paracord bracelet for this amount of money, but really that was a 3-pack. When in reality, either way, you're going to make money and a huge amount of money, but you're focusing on like 40 cents. Like it just doesn't really make sense. The other thing that really kind of drives me crazy and is actually kind of sad is how skeptical people are of the fact that like, yes, you can actually make money online. Yes, you can actually make money outside of a job. I think so many people are like so conditioned to believe that you have to go get a 40-hour-a-week job and do something safe. And that you can't do anything on your own. And that's really kind of like, it's this mental mindset that you have to break out of. I think a lot of people just can't even wrap their head around the fact that like you can make money online, you can make money outside of a job. And that's really, I kind of want to help you guys break that mental barrier, help you kind of find your own strength and your own interests and your own passions, and try to help you find a way to make money doing something that you enjoy and doing something that you love. The other thing that's really kind of crazy to me is like, I get if somebody's like, oh, does Tai Lopez really own a mansion with 16 bathrooms? Or, oh, does Alex Becker really drive a Ferrari? But I don't feel like any of the claims that I even make are really that outlandish. Like I never claim to be rich. I don't have a house in the Cayman Islands. I don't have a Ferrari. I don't sit on the beach. And quite honestly, even if I did have that kind of money, I probably still wouldn't have a Ferrari because I'm just not I'm not really into material things. To me, money is 3 things. To me, money is freedom, money is security, and money is options. Money gives you the ability to do what you want, to live your life the way you want. Money isn't about buying a Ferrari or buying a boat. Money is about being able to make your own choices in life and not be hamstrung by, oh, I have to work this job, or oh, I have to be here Monday through Friday from this hour to this hour. So that's kind of really what my channel is all about. That's kind of really what my message is. And like I said, I've never claimed to be rich. I make a healthy living. I probably make in probably the upper, I don't know, 5 or 10 percentile of people like my age. But the best thing about it for me is that I'm doing something I love. I work with a childhood friend of mine. We work together every day. So I get to work with a buddy of mine. I get to do something I enjoy doing. I don't have a boss. And I mean, I'm middle class, you know what I mean? Like I said, I probably am doing better than most people my age, but I mean, I'm by no means making $1 million a year or anywhere close to it. But I get to do something I love. I get to do it on my own terms. And to me, that makes me rich in lifestyle and rich in my heart. I enjoy my life. I can look myself in the mirror. I don't mind waking up and going into the office in the morning. But yeah, that's what kind of blows my mind is I don't make any outrageous claims and I still have people saying crazy stuff. And one other thing I kind of wanted to point out is like a lot of people watch my video, which at the time I had no idea it was going to blow up to be as big as it was. I made that video, how I do $250,000 in sale, selling AliExpress and Alibaba products on eBay and Amazon. Never claimed that was net revenue, never claimed I'm walking away every month with $250,000 in my bank account. And this is the other thing that blows my mind is how people have such a small understanding of business or a lack of understanding of business. If you do $250,000 in sales, you're not bringing in $250,000. There's obviously a cost of inventory, there's packaging materials, there's my time, there's printers, there's office expenses. So we'll just say, for example, if I sell a $100 item, that doesn't mean I profited $100. If I sell a $100 item and that item cost me $90, I made $10, not $100, right? Now, even off of that $10, we have to subtract eBay and or Amazon fees. There's a cost of like, you know, padded envelopes or poly bags and packaging materials and shipping materials. You know, envelope slips or, you know, the slips that you print out to put on your labels, that's the word I'm looking for. Printer ink, my time, me and my business partner have an office. So we have office rent, we have insurance, we have health insurance, we have to pay Comcast for internet. Like there's all types of other things. So, well, it may seem outlandish to say, oh, $250,000 in sales a month. If you're working on 10% margins, that's really only about $25,000 a month. And if you're a smart business person, you're probably continuing to invest in your business. So it's not even like you're bringing home all that money. Plus, I have a partner that I split it with. So, you know, even though the video title may seem big, in the reality, it's not nearly as much money as it seems like. No, I'm not making $1 million every 4 months. Like, that's not how business works. The other thing that kind of blows my mind is people who are like, oh, this is a scam, and not talking about making the money, but like when I talk about like you can buy something in China from cheap and resell it on Amazon for more money, people are like, oh, you jackass, like why? You're scamming people. Like people think that buying something low and reselling it for a higher price is a scam. I mean, that's business. Also, I see a lot of people saying things like, you're buying a shitty Chinese product and putting a brand on it and tricking people into buying it. Like private labelers and importers, we do bring value. Like if you were to go to AliExpress and buy a phone charger, a phone case, or whatever else, I'll be honest, it is a toss-up, the quality of what you're going to get, and there's no returns and things like that, or at the very least, if there is returns, the cost of shipping it back from China is going to be cost prohibitive, and it's not going to be worth returning it. So what importers like myself do, I may buy phone cases or whatever else from 10 or 20 different suppliers. I'm going to see which one is the best quality, and that's so, if I'm going to put my brand or put my name on something, I'm going to want to make sure what I'm selling is of decent quality. So I may spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars ordering samples trying to figure out what is the best product. I'm then going to slap my name on it or slap my label on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and list it and market it well and sell those good features or sell why you should buy it. So, it's not as if I'm just like ripping people off. Like I'm doing the legwork of finding the products, of finding the best product, and then selling it to you. And when you buy it from me, you're not buying it from China. You don't have to wait 3 weeks for it to arrive. You only have to wait 2 days for it to arrive from me. You're getting a quality product. If you're not happy with the product or if it doesn't fit your needs, you can return it to me, which again is money coming out of my pocket. It's a cost on me. It's a drain on my time and my efforts and my money. So private labelers, importers, we are providing a valuable service, and that's what people are paying for. But when I see people like, is this legal to actually brand an item? Is this legal to buy stuff low and sell it higher? Like, it blows my mind that people like don't even have the most basic understanding of business. And that's another crazy thing too, is people are like, oh, you're such a scammer, you're such a jackass buying this thing off Alibaba and putting a brand on it to trick somebody into thinking it's better than it is. And I bet you so many people out there don't realize that like the same stuff that you buy at like the nice grocery store or Trader Joe's or wherever else, it's literally the exact same product a lot of times being sold in Aldi. It's just they put a fancier label on it and market it in a certain way. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't realize that your iPhone or your Samsung TV or your designer purse is not even being made by the company who you think you're buying it from. That company is basically having somebody else make it and just slapping their label on it. So this isn't a scam. This isn't some underhanded thing. Like, this is literally how branding works. This is what big companies do, and this is business basically. That's kind of what this rant video is about. I'm not going to go on any longer. I've kept you guys long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button below. I'm really trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. I really want to get that silver YouTube play button. So if you could help me out in doing that, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, guys, I'm nobody special. I'm not rich. I'm not trying to brag. I'm simply trying to nail the point into people's minds that like, you can make money online. You can make money outside of people's jobs. And when you watch my videos or anybody else's videos, do be skeptical. Don't listen to everything you hear. Don't believe everything you hear. But like, use your instincts, guys. I mean, you can tell if what somebody's talking about, if somebody knows what they're talking about, or if they don't know what they're talking about. If somebody knows what they're talking about, quit nickel and diming and like picking apart every little point, and just take the valuable information that you can garner out of the video out of it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know this is I didn't really teach you anything today. It's just kind of a rant, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next video.